My name is Abby Zwart, and I teach English at the high school, and I also coach forensics. So I teach a class called Literature and Social Justice, which is offered to our junior and senior students. They have an option, they get to choose among many electives in their junior and senior year. And so we talk about all sorts of oppression in the world. So we look for injustice in terms of race especially. We start off with a unit on race and talking about where racial injustice exists. We try to identify that, and then we try to come up with some solutions. What are some everyday things that we can do to mitigate some of those issues? What I hope students come away from the class with is a really concrete understanding that as Christians, we are called to be people of justice. And so I hope that students really feel that in a deep way when they come out of my class.
Yeah, my name is Abby Vedders, and I'm a 6th grade homeroom teacher at the middle school. And we've decided in our corporate Bible times to focus on our portrait of a graduate. And so these past couple weeks, we've been focusing on what it means to be justice seekers and what it means to be culturally competent. And so we have been using some picture books because we're firm believers that picture books have a lot more to teach us as older kids and as adults. And so we've been reading 2 picture books specifically. One is called Race Cars by Jenny DeVenny, and one is called Not My Idea by Anastasia Higginbottom. And they're both about race and about privilege, and they explore these issues in very simple terms. So one is about race cars, and one is about a girl kind of hearing things on the news and her parents trying to kind of shield her from it. And so we've been able to kind of make connections between students and their lives, and kind of been able to just share each other's stories, listen to each other's stories, and kind of recognize the privilege that we don't often recognize, and to kind of see our classmates and what privileges they might not have been given that we were.
Okay, my name is Rona, and I teach English, psychology, and yearbook at the high school. And I'm also involved in the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee and the Cultural Competency Committee, and I'm also the advisor for the Youth Culture Club and Student Congress. Congress has given the initiative to undertake diversity work. To begin with, we're going to be holding a town hall meeting where we receive feedback and where we just listen to students and hear what their experience has been at Grand Rapids Christian, because we're not there in the hallways. We don't know what's happening outside of school, and we just want to make sure that we get that feedback. Based on that feedback, we want to move forward and see how we can continue to make a difference in our school. We're looking at structural changes, making sure that the system is for all students and that they feel included.
I'm Jennifer DeBoer. I am a 7th grade ELA and homeroom Bible teacher at the middle school. So 7th graders have been using this book. This book is anti-racist, and we have been laying a foundation with them as far as where racism has come from. Where is the origin of race? Where is the origin of classifying someone by the color of their skin? How does that feed into stereotypes and prejudice? And so we have dug into that on a 7th grade level.
So my name is Ina Wright, and I teach 3rd grade here at the Iroquois campus. This is my 2nd year in 3rd grade and my 7th year as an educator. I think that our calling as Christian educators goes beyond just teaching tolerance. And I think here at Grand Rapids Christian, we are working to bridge that racial divide. And what that looks like is authentic exploration and celebrating of the members of minority communities that we already have represented here today. And in a predominantly white school, I think taking steps to show those groups that are already here that we see you, we hear you, we are with you, I think that is so powerful.
My name is Tom DeJonge. I'm the superintendent at Grand Rapids Christian Schools. This is my 17th year here as superintendent. About 3 years ago, the Board of Trustees elevated the conversation on cultural competency, diversity, equity, and inclusion efforts to a board level, which was a positive thing because what that did was that created, from a leadership standpoint and from a board standpoint, the importance and value of our work with cultural competency initiatives. One thing is for certain, Grand Rapids Christian Schools is committed to this endeavor, and we are equally committed to ensuring that we communicate our progress and the status of our work with our community here at Grand Rapids Christian, but even throughout the broader community.